broadcasting, we've made a lot of projects so far. Like we've made an anti-bullying video with some high schoolers and some middle schoolers as well. And we made some intros for the announcements, including the announcements. We make those every day. And we make a lot of side projects as well for the district, like the anti-bullying video, that was one.
Broadcasting's different than all my other classes because not only do I get to work with some pretty good friends and just good people in general, I also get to do a lot of things that a bunch of other classes probably wouldn't have me do, like record people, go run around the school with a camera. It's pretty fun sometimes.
My favorite part of broadcasting is how close-knit the class is, because it's a really small class and we're all working together and making decisions and trying to not fight each other.
I think the most beneficial skill that I've learned is probably how to work with other people, because beforehand I used to just kind of be that one awkward kid sitting in the corner, just silently working, but now I get to talk and ask questions and do a lot of fun stuff that involve actual people.
What's the loss you'd take for one moment of doing what was right? What's the pain you didn't do just to know some other man's harm was spared?
This is one of my favorite times of the year. Not only because I'm a veteran and not only because I do the junior ROTC program here, but to be able to recognize for the community in this school. And that was one of the things that impressed me when I first came here to the school, was the patriotism of the students here at the school. And this is, I think, the biggest veterans program in the whole valley. And I'm very proud to be a part of that. I'm excited to see the veterans come in here and be honored for the service and sacrifice that they made.
Sometimes
it's not how a person looks, but it's what a person has inside of them. What kind of strength, determination, courage that they have. I would just say that everyone should be proud to be an American.
Honor is not found in kings and queens.
So the Veterans Day Assembly is going on this Friday. As JRTC, we are doing the service flags as well as the color guard.
The best for all.
To be an American means to be proud, but to know where you stand and what it takes to be an American and how our world has become. We've gone through so much hardship and so much just throughout the years that we can realize that we're free, but we have to also realize what it took for us to get there. It's a feeling that comes over you when you're able to say I'm an American. It's just a wave that washes over you. And it's just a lot of people have their opinions and have their rights, and it's amazing to be able to sit here today and have that voice to be heard.
It made me a very strong person. It made me the strong man I am today. It gives me a lot of confidence in everything that I do. If I ever face a really tough situation, I kind of just think back, and if I survived a wartime deployment, I can pretty much accomplish anything in my life.
And fight the fight for love, and soldier take a bow. Each scar you wear,
Veterans Day Assembly at Kuna High School is put on by Mrs. Weatherby. Actually, she leads it with our social studies department, but she gets our students, our clubs, our organizations all involved, and it's an opportunity for us to kind of give back to our community as well as celebrate all the veterans in our community.
Needs a hero. Even a hero needs a hero. So
Yearbook is nothing like any of my other classes. It's really independent for the student, so it's a lot of what me and my class members want to do. It's not so much a teacher. Ms. Sharkey's just there to help us get the ideas we have and we want across, and it's really just free for us and our independence of what we want.
Yearbook, you actually have to apply to get into it, so you have to fill out an application and turn it in at the beginning of the year or at the end of the year that you're in. And once you get in, you have to take pictures outside of class on your own time. You have to go to sporting events, things like that, and you actually have a lot of privilege and a lot of free time.
I like everything about Yearbook. It's nice that I'm able to work with other students, and I like seeing at the end of the year on distribution day when people see yearbooks and they point out things that they like about the book, and it's creating something for everyone.
Well, in Yearbook, you make the yearbook for the entire high school. You have to make sure that you get a picture of every single student in the yearbook. So you just have your own assigned pages that you make, and that's the project you make.
Advanced graphic design is different from my other classes because we get to learn cool programs such as Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign, and Animate, and we also do projects for the school, and we also just have a fun time doing it.
I've done a lot of different projects while I've been in graphic design. I recently designed a logo for the CUNA School District to use on their social media platforms. I've done different projects to do competitions in for my club.
My favorite part of graphic design is really just learning the programs and learning how to do your own stuff on there. I mean, it's fun doing the logos and the posters and stuff, but I think it's really fun doing your own stuff and doing it independently.
I teach Word and PowerPoint, Excel and Access, and accounting in the business pathway. Business is the real world. When you graduate high school, no matter what career path you go into, it will at least have something to do with business. Whether you run your own business or you interact with people in a business environment, whether you're a scientist or a dentist or anything like that.
Actually, every class I teach relates to business. I have leadership, wealth management, principles of business, and then principles of economics and personal finance. In the real world, actually of everybody that graduates from CUNA High School, about 2/3 of them are going to end up in business. They might go out and be an engineer, but they'll probably end up doing their own engineering business. So they'll have to know how to do the accounting, the financing, how to go out and market things, all that type of thing.
Business is going to be huge in the future. It's a common misconception that high education equals high wage, which is actually high demand is high wage. So if you want a good paying job, there is a huge demand for people with business skills in the real world after you graduate. I would recommend that students take classes in the business pathway, but also pursue interests outside of business, right? Business is involved in everything, so you can still have interests and go into the things you like. But whether you go into an actual business environment, business classes are still beneficial to students, no matter what they do. Problem solving, technical competencies, right, will teach you how to be a boss at the computer. It also teaches you how to interview people, how to speak to people, how to work together. A lot of soft skills, like I said, problem solving is a big one. And then just working with anyone that you meet.